All right, let's get into it. Now, there's a bit of a preview, isn't it? Because MBS was talking about the possibilities of some strange comp that 100 Thieves might be opting into. So, Vito on the cards, alongside the Sage play as well. This is unorthodox.
It's not that crazy, though, to be honest. We've seen Sage get played on this map before, by G2, actually. But, yeah, this is quite similar, though, to what they run on Split.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's different, for sure, but it is... I think this actually might even be a composition that they've tried to run on Split before, because that was where Cryo had been running a bit of Vito in the off-season. But in terms of translating it to this map, I am really interested to see what Cryo's got cooking on the Vito.
Yeah.
I think Vito is something that can be difficult, but also on this map, getting some interceptors set up at the B choke point and then neutralizing all of that exec power seems really strong in theory.
See how it plays out as well. G2 falling back a little bit here with Trent on the Tejo. Jorgamo on the Yoru, so...
They haven't changed this composition around much since they kind of settled on this at Champions, from what I remember.
There have been a few changes, of course, as well to the general agents, so we'll see what they look towards as well as we get into Kuro, with G2 currently leading, and it is an important series. We were kind of making that point that you win here, you get a nice little break, what is it, 12 days?
Yeah.
To really prep for that next matchup, but if you lose...
Yeah, if you lose, you go right back to the beginning of that middle bracket.
Let's see how it gets started then. Deep walk down of mid, 100 Thieves. They're going to have a lot of control. Nice and early. Willing to jump on the chance here with Valent. It's a deep smoke that he's feigning that there could be the possibility of a B hit. No one's actually in position to follow up off of any of this.
I mean, a B hit, oh, well, it's just been walled off. Asuna coming over and walling the B choke point. Trent hears that, but what's he going to do about it?
Oh my god, yeah. Just caught crossing that section. G2 here, auto sound cues, and they jump on the chance.
But you still have to slow this down. Oh, well, they've thrown the drone over the top of B.
It's an awkward one.
But Trent is going to take a long time to break the wall.
Jorgamo's making noise as well. Spotted one of the players, but is Cryo going to be accounted for? Cuts it up close. Yeah, Jorgamo's going to be done. Finished. 4v4, but now they're working their way over towards A, and there are players waiting, ready, onto the side. Vora, it's an off angle to play off of. Even that paranoia is picture perfect. This is Bang just supplementing it. And Vora didn't get it. Bang was shortly behind him.
It's a really good flash from Bang. Absolutely perfectly timed.
It's good damage, but very difficult spot to get through if you're Trent.
Even if you're on Tejo.
Yeah.
Already seeing value from 100 Thieves pick this round, though. I think the Sage wall over towards B was not dealt with properly by G2. They continued to apply pressure as if they were going to be split, but because they never really broke the Sage wall, I don't think 100 Thieves bought that particularly. They had two players ready to defend the eventual pivot into A perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, they heard the salvos, and it was just, what was it, Trent slashing away at the wall.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like it's a B hit.
It doesn't feel like too much danger at all. And of course, Cryo was pushed up.
Interceptor, placed alongside Timatino. He can overstay it for a second. Cryo looking to really get involved, and alongside that one, Saturate Timatino reinserts himself into the conversation. A lot of damage. Kill miss there onto Valent. They're hoping to build up these orbs onto Vora or Timatino.
Yeah, Timatino just full pushing out there, halfway up to his ultimate already. It's a nice position for the interceptor as well. Cryo throwing it behind that metal box. Can't wall bang through that. So any kind of utility like a prowler, a drone, Yoru flash, for example, those are potentially going to get eaten. I think G2 are really going to struggle with B.
Yeah, certainly. Smoke up and over towards the top. Valent skirting around danger, but not for much longer. This is pretty standard stuff. I mean, 100 Thieves can't afford to lose too many more players here, but that's why they are tripled up. The spike, they're firmly behind them here. So 2-0 currently. 100 Thieves, they get the rounds that they needed to win.
And it's certainly possible that Timatino could get his Waylay ultimate online during this round.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the Bucky. Man, what a shotgun abuser.
I mean, fear in the hearts of his opponents, I think.
One enemy remains.
going to know what he's going for here. For G2,
30-year-old
they're going to make
days,
sure.
bro, they're just insane.
They're going to be looking to see that they can make this round 3 clean.
Where are you?
One's up and over the top. They're going to play towards mid with the drone alongside it. Valen is the one tip of the spear, really. Double dash, fuck in your face, and the shot just goes wide. Timotino, significant amount of damage, but Valen not done yet. Very much alone here, inserted all the way up towards that middle section, but putting a squeeze onto B. As 100 Thieves go exploring, looking to see if they can seal and fill up those gaps. Left wondering where it's all gone wrong. Valen is just running a mockery. He's got 4 kills. Over the ace. Doesn't know where the last is. And I feel like I'm cursing these players at this point. The amount of 4Ks I've seen. Not converted into it.
This was a particularly weird opportunity for an ace for Valen.
Yeah.
He almost got traded instantly by a Bucky and then has just been picking off people while his team hits B. It's a strange round. Bang with full armor and a Vandal. Might as well just be saving at the end of this one. And maybe mid will be the weakness here for 100 Thieves. With how heavily Cryo and Asuna are looking to shut down the outsides of the map, G2 might be able to play through mid. Yeah. That's going to put pressure on Timotino. He's not always going to be going for a dash Bucky play, obviously.
Sure. That's
just his bonus round strategy. But because he didn't get a kill, he also doesn't have the ultimate available just yet. There's 2 away to start the round.
Real sharp shooting.
The big value from G2's composition is the fact that they have so much drone utility. They have Trent's drone, as you saw there, for Valen to run up early, but they also have 2 prowlers. So you're not that worried about wasting the drone at the start of the round just for a little bit of space. So that's the big threat on 100 Thieves' side, is very early map control plays by G2.
100 Thieves already making adjustments, ensuring that middle thoroughly supported. A lot of util going to be sent towards Cryo here. It makes it feel like, again, that it is that B pressure. See if they can pull out any sort of cooldowns. Bang is hyper committed. Forwards onto the angle, spots these players crouching, just can't quite get out of there. Instant trade from Jorg. Good for that one. Sees. Does connect. He's not going to be able to be moving much further forwards from this one, but 100 Thieves aren't even looking to contest over towards Link. Instead, the call for them is to re-push all the way down onto that flank. It's an open site now for G2.
It's a nice plant as well. The position that Vora's holding in is now absolutely critical.
Yeah. Trent not choosing to save that salvo for the post flight. Instead, G2 hyper-focused on locking down all the angles, the threat eliminated.
Now Vora, how on earth does he get back in here? He's got to be worried about Leaf, he's got to be worried about bricks and close left.
Trent's already filling this one up. He just saw the barrel of the gun, tried to sidestep a lot of that one, but as a fight still squared up to Vora. Winning it through, Asuna towards the back, and now the rest of 100 Thieves putting on that pressure, applying it, and it's all up to Leaf. Not a lot of angles that could be spammable from, but he just plays it back and away, ready for the fight, Cryo! And time remaining as well to get that defuse off and ready to go.
Big kill from Cryo towards the end. He was very close to getting mopped up. One more bullet would have done it for Leaf. Leaf was convinced there was a second player flanking. He spent so much of that round staring towards A main, kind of baiting the rest of the team, to be honest, but he was just very confident in his read that there was another player behind. Didn't think Timotino would be going for that alone.
Let's go, man!
3-1 is a great start for 100 Thieves. Much better than they were able to put together on buy.
Yeah. Putting a priority as well a bit on these half armor buys by 100 Thieves. They're doing it every now and then. Trying to stretch the credits as much as possible.
Yeah, whereas you look at G2 going for full across the board.
Yeah. They still have the guns here. This time looking towards mid again. The drone has to be broken as a gate crash is sent flying up, but there's no support of util. Maybe if the drone was not broken.
Well, I mean, you see Timotino here with his ultimate, and I think you're pretty worried about taking fast mid pressure, because Waylay ult back through mid would be a nightmare. There are so many good spots for the Waylay ult, though, here. You know, if Cryo spots people in B main, throwing a Waylay ult into this B position could be devastating as well.
Valen just looking to see if he can create some subterfuge across the map here with these smokes.
But this is the timing where Asuna goes for the wall. So now there's a wall down in B main at minute on the clock. And I still think G2 don't really have an answer for this, because they've walked up B as if this was the part that was supposed to be the the fake, right?
Yeah.
They're faking A so that they can get a quiet walk up B. But then there's a wall in your face and you have to break it.
Looking to burst this one down. Evolution popped off. Cryo's going to be ready to ignore most of this util coming his way. And he's got that crossfire set up intact. 100 Thieves. Seal it all up. No entry onto the site whatsoever.
And now the spike is lost. Doesn't matter how hard Baby Bear gets the lurk going over towards A. I can't see them recovering this one.
No.
They don't have a good game plan here for Asana's wall. I think they're going to have to take attack time out early here. This is where I would be hitting the panic button if I was Josh RT.
Yeah.
Because the game plan doesn't really make sense either. The strat that Valen's calling here.
The design of Corrode as well doesn't really enable you to just insert a player, break the wall at the minute mark. Because at that point, they take so long to rejoin the rest of the pack. Whatever you're going into is...
yeah,
we're going to be late to the party, right?
You are going to be late, but that's why you send Jorgamo there. Like
Sure,
my
TP,
my adjustment here would be, you have Leaf and Jorg at the very start of the round, go and take some B main pressure.
Yeah.
They try to actually put pressure on Cryo, force it back a little bit, and if there's a wall that gets used, Jorg breaks it and gate crashes back to the rest of the team.
Sure, yeah, that could happen. They are timing it pretty well, though. Where if Jorg ends up using the gate crash at the beginning, it will expire.
Yeah, it's
so and it's an awkward spot to get the gate crash back in, because look at all the walls it could get caught on. Anyway,
they haven't taken attack time out anyway, though.
Details, yeah, they haven't.
Well, this one's an eco, but yeah. I think going back into B is really tough. They also haven't even been breaking Cryo's trip. So, lots of things here. This is why NBS was saying, we have an unusual composition, and it'll be on G2 to come up with ideas to break it.
Yeah.
But it's the start of the year like this. New ideas can win you games.
Flash wants it instantly at that. I mean, that's, I believe, the paranoia coming out on the other side of things here. And they're looking to square up into these fights. Not too many players with the rifles. Bang can adjust it. Try to control the aim back down again. The players with the guns doing the most, but not accounting for that. Asana. Impact he has. And
Spike's his now.
yeah, tucked tight to the corner now with that wall down.
How are you going to retrieve that one?
Try and beam it down. Leaf does have the weapon for the job, but doesn't want to be caught unaware. I was watching one side, Asana onto the other. Open as anything. They've missed each other. Cryo's trying to rejoin. Asana giving up the space. A lot of noise made, but they're happy to swing wide anyway. 5-1 this early on. You're exactly right, Josh. The onus is on G2 to figure this one out.
Like I said, I would have taken attack time out by now, right before this eco round, but we'll see if Josh has confidence in Valen or wants to take it right now before a rifle round, perhaps.
Nice. Let's go.
I think there's got to be an adjustment. Are we expecting a huge amount of attack rounds anyway? Not really. It is a defense-sided map, and when they're playing double Sentinel, it should be defense-sided for 100 Thieves too. How many rounds, though, is a good performance from G2? I don't really know, because we haven't seen these teams play recently. Again, it's the very start of the year. I'd say roughly like 4. If they could get an 8-4 half, I think G2 would be fairly happy, but that would mean splitting the rounds evenly from here on.
Timeout will be taken. See if they can figure out a way around, because it is difficult. It's awkward. Way to Asana. He's got a pretty good timing, internal clock, when he wants to use his own wall as well, cutting away to some space. And it just deflates any fake pressure, which G2 have been heavily relying on with this composition. I mean, you saw how much Valen was hovering over the smoke position, ready to detonate, hoping that a drone, a guided salvo would make it feel like there's a lot of players.
If you want another idea as well, I think they've got to read that Asana is playing around mid and floating towards B in order to wall it. But they know that Asana isn't hard anchoring B. So if you take mid pressure very early on, and then you try to do a bit of a B split just to get the pick onto Asana, maybe that could work. For now, though, 4 players outside B. We'll see what Josh RT and Valen have come up with to try to counter this composition from 100 Thieves.
It's a wall-up play. This is trying to post up Bang so we can just watch right through that little pocket.
It could catch Baby Bear. He's been pretty aggressive on these lurks.
Yeah, and it does spot, I believe, yeah, over the wall. Nothing to impede his view. Nothing to give it away either.
All right, clone used, and that gets the trip from Vito activated on B. Asana's wall gone already as well. But that's obviously because they were using it for the boost.
That's going to be fading around this point. Soon enough, at least, and Bang, not so lucky that a player will be walking and wading right into him. Smoke across the map. There's the wall breaking eventually. Grading. Very slow going from G2. Just seeing they can poke. They've got players still inserted.
To be honest, they might be waiting for that wall to come up over
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Because they didn't particularly hear it get used pre-barrier over at A.
Who's next?
40 seconds.
Yep.
Fake ult from Jorg into B. Reconnects on A.
Yeah, over towards it now. He's going to look to see if he can pinpoint where some of these players might lie. There's a lot of them here. He's using the wall to try and get behind them. But Vora's one step ahead. Asuna holds it down as well. Bang. Not going to expect this one, are they? Bait and switch, and he just peeks at a perfect timing. Cryo activating Trent. One hell of a monstrous task, and he can't do it all. 6-1 for 100 Thieves. This composition that they've opened up with, a nightmare to deal with.
And a great response coming out of the tag timeout too. NBS and Doombros a step ahead, throwing the wall into a very different location. And I think putting G2 in a position where they didn't really understand what was happening and had to just go into a standard combo towards the end.
Yeah.
And didn't even execute it that well, actually. Yoruel into the fade ult there. Pretty late from Leaf. Jorg stuck in a bad spot trying to fight a 1v3 before his opponents were deafened. This is rough stuff for G2. Fantastic response for 100 Thieves.
This time Asuna's position duly noted. Here's the one player playing over towards B.
Well, yeah, after the tactical timeout, Cryo's changed up his position massively. He's no longer hard anchoring B as the Vita. They got a stack over towards A. And Asuna's just playing with them right now. I mean, what timing does he choose for the wall? He's normally been doing it about on the minute mark, but it's dangerous when he's the only person here.
Yeah, and look, because the size of the map, the way that they want to go in, they're already just vacating. Asuna doesn't want to creep up to that choke point because he doesn't know if it's really going to be contested.
But if he does get bowled at some point, they're going to get rewarded nicely. I mean, to be fair though, they've already got a triple stack on A.
Yeah.
The defensive setup's already as good as it could be for stopping G2's finish here. Here comes Asuna walking up to the choke point. There's the wall.
Yeah.
Now he can leave.
Just, it's peace of mind.
And it feels like, I mean, the round's over here just based on 100 Thieves' defensive setup.
Yeah. 3 players over towards A. Locking it down. Chokehold's going to be broken early, but Cryo not to be removed. Squaring up. They don't have the weapons for it. Cryo removes 2. Running and gunning will not save you in a spot like that. Vora tries to collect himself. 2 kills added to the tally. But Trent's now left alone. Hindered, slowed as anything, 7-2-1. Monstrous opening for 100 Thieves.
An 8-4 half would still be good, I think, for G2, but it looks, that looks so far away at this point. They still have not figured out what to do against this comp. And massive credit, actually. You know, TSM were one of those teams in Ascension playing a ton of the Sage. So I think the theory has really been worked on by this squad, by NBS as the coach.
Yeah.
And they're looking really good with it. They were great with it on Split as well, weren't they? And that's the 3rd map coming up if this continues the same way and 100 Thieves get the win. 2nd tactical timeout used here. In, what was this? I think they've only played 2 rounds, haven't they?
Yeah, it hasn't been long.
Maybe 3.
But they can't find an answer for it. And they know that if you don't soon, you're not going to have any rounds to play with when it goes towards the other half.
Yeah. It's the right decision, but it shows you the level of dominance that 100 Thieves have got right now. And it's not, these are not close rounds.
No. But the Sage is such a good tool. I mean, when used in the right way, it tests a team's ability to be able to slow default, find those pressure points, but as it stands, struggling with it. I think your earlier observation, I think, you know, forcing the fights into mid, the attention over towards that way, might be the way to go for G2. We'll see if they...
The big problem with doing that, where you force heavy fights into mid, is that the B player doesn't have to worry about the choke point, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about being split on, so they can just pay attention to mid. And so it's a risk if you do decide to go for that. But you got to change up something. Trent sat there with an ultimate. Timatino hopping. Looking to see if anyone on G2 is taking early space behind this Tejo drone.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like G2 have been smoking mid that much. It's going to be propped up, though. All in the face. Trent. Yeah, he can't hop over that one. He's going to try and do some clean
earlier.
movement.
That wall is a lot earlier for Asuna, about 25 to 30 seconds earlier than usual. G2 could still end B in this round, which hasn't really been an option for them before. you could apply a little bit of A pressure here and just go back into Trent late.
Flash into Link. Timatino pushed back and away off these angles, and he's going to anticipate there could be players waiting. G2 just trying to really clear their way through that mid angle, but not accounting for it. Not the operator in Timatino's hands. G2 just trying to explore across the map, find out what they can do. They have at least broken the wall at this point, but tiny victories when they're getting whittled down.
I
piece
think
by piece.
The calling here does seem to be better from Valen. He's recognized that because that wall happened early, it's naturally broken now, and they've got an opportunity to split B.
Paranoia, Armageddon. It's going to be rolling out the carver to see if they can follow this one up. Asuna wants to play towards this. Doesn't have too much util. Only the gun in his hand. Smokes up to play around in with that shorty. Kind of spam. Not quite there. He saved the second bullet for a rainy bloody day. It's all raining shotguns now. 100 Thieves. Flawless. It's so tough for G2 right now.
It really is. Even though they recognize there was a timing, they're in a 4v5, and Bang has an ultimate. So even though they were triple stacked over towards A, Bang's already there, ready to support Asuna and Timatino. Wasn't even required, though. Asuna and Timatino together pick off the remaining 4 at MBS. That's the sign of an evil genius at work. And it is evil, bringing out the Sage here.
It's looking painful to play against.
It's interesting because G2 used to play the Sage on this map, so they should know a lot of these tricks.
Be careful of the horn. This is fast and loose by G2, especially when that drone gets the tag and a reveal. Timatino with a clearance, wants to go for a bit of a play of his own, but he's slowed down, halted by the Seas for now.
Might be a good thing, actually, that Alicia was put on him there for a moment. This is
really
an anti-eco round.
Can hear the footsteps, though. It's not fake presence and pressure. Vora's forwards, rifle there. Sees the fake TP. Happy to just stand against it. Weather the storm. What cheeky, what
is this?
Just baits him around, isn't it? They're just getting silly with it.
Yeah, I don't think that's one that they've run in scrimmage before. I mean, maybe, but that doesn't look like something that NBS drew up. They are dominating this game, though. That 8-4 that I was talking about as a pure hypothetical, it never looked realistic, to be honest with you. And now it's impossible.
Nice! Come on, bro. Let's go.
G2 have got 2 more chances to make something respectable of this. But you're looking at this game and thinking, this could have been a 2-0.
Yeah.
100 Thieves had their chances to win on Bind. And they're looking dominant here on Corrode.
Vora's just so happy to square up to the challenges in mid. Peeks out, Valen gone.
Now this is an interesting wall at top mid as well. It's a weird one, broken immediately.
Yeah, broken early. Timatino's also hand revealed. The operator's leaning over towards B. But G2 have been doing this. They've been gathering information, poking and prodding, finding out where 100 Thieves are actually playing. Hasn't done them a lot of good.
If Valen had not died in this round, if it had been a 5v5, I think G2 would have had a great chance here. The defensive setup has swapped. But it's so tough without your smokes.
And Leaf out in the open. Desperation really grasping at any sort of opportunity to even out that scoreline. But with him going down, 3v5, 100 Thieves now bunkering down. 3 players looking to see if they can put a stop to most of this one. Jorgamo trying to pre-aim, but he's been slowed to a crawl. This util pulls him back. Sound cues cut away. The spike is dropped down into the middle of nowhere and has to be reclaimed, but 100 Thieves are on top of all of it. Cryo inserting and activating. Babybay's the last one left, and it's not going to be for much longer. Not with a shorty in your face. Disgusting work by 100 Thieves.
Last round in the half.
And because G2 have just been nowhere near in some of these rounds, 100 Thieves have never felt pressure to use their ultimates until it's absolutely desperate. In this situation, TP, they're relying so heavily on the Tejo salvos to make that angle not a reality, and yet they've miscalculated completely. Vora can just stand there and get the freest kill, and then ults late on.
Oh no.
And this...
Signs alive.
This
Convergent pass is waiting, catches the contact. Asuna is forward, stunned for now, but Trent is in a sticky spot, and Timatino trying to spray them all down, rushing them to pieces. Valen with the TP into the back is nothing but an absolute Hail Mary that does not pay off. 11-1 at the half. Rapid showcase from 100 Thieves and slightly unethical in my opinion, but listen, they are set up well.
There's a wry laugh on the other side of the stage from Baby Bay, having a conversation with Valin, and I think they'll be very relieved that they got the win on map 1, because this is not close.
No.
This is an absolute prep diff between these two teams.
They're pulling on a comp like this with no chance to ante. Filthy work, 100 Thieves, prime position to bring us to map 3. Comebacks are not out of the ordinary in Valorant, but 11-1 is a very difficult hill to climb up if you are G2. Despite the caliber of the players in the team as well, with the expectations that they place on their own shoulders, this is going to be tough. For now, I mean, listen, I got split at the back of my mind. I'm sure that some of these players do, but clean closeout is going to be in order for 100 Thieves.
I'm sure G2 focused on one step ahead.
One round at a time, right?
Round at a time.
Yeah.
Josh, body language looking like he might have given up on this one a little bit, but he is locked in, giving messages to the troops on how they should play this. And 100 Thieves comp should be defense-sided. It should be a little bit more difficult for them to get in on the attack. But at the same time, can they cheese around here and there with Timotino on his shotgun explorations? I'd imagine so.
Yeah, chances are that it's likely. We'll see how this one gets started, round 13. There's hope in the crowd. G2 have got to take it that one step at a time, starting with the pistol Jorgamo. First to take place over towards here, absorbs up that Prowler and leaves by his side, looking to take these fights early and often. TP back though, will leave Valin very much alone. 100 Thieves not looking to rush into things though.
Immediate reclear over towards mid. But Valin is telling them that there's no commitment here on A, so you can't overpush this. 100 Thieves are clearly going back and re-exploring.
Jorgamo's looking for signs of life, just spots the top of their heads, but Ghost from long range through the wall, not doing tremendous damage, trying to flash it, re-push out, just kind of, I mean, put together any sort of play they can.
To be honest, a bit lucky that they even get the counter pick there onto Asuna.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could have just gone straight up, down a player.
3v3 though. G2 have got Trent in the right spot here, has Salvas as well, so.
Much more passive setup though over towards B. He's not going to be able to hold the choke point in the same way.
Jorgamo watching it for it though. Contact, Salvo should come out as well, locking it down to a degree. Concussion, but the 100 Thieves players are already in. They've swarmed the positions. B-side there for the taking.
And that's the difference between the compositions. 100 Thieves could lock down that choke and you could never get through.
Yeah, and the Salvo's a little bit too slow to try and stop them from scaling.
Same with the stun. Valin has to do a lot here.
Yeah, it's just too much to clear. Walking into that one with a pistol round. I mean, it's going to be a force from G2 on the other side, of course, but
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be real tough, man.
The comeback is going to be real difficult here. Like, really difficult. But it's going to be iconic.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.
I mean, they're not on the attack side. They didn't get the plant money. They didn't really get that many kills either.
Barely
I mean, they got a few.
Three bandits.
This is a shocking final round buy from G2. We could be headed to split sooner than you might imagine.
Yeah, it might be a VOD Watchers skip ahead moment. Might not have to, actually. could be over before our very eyes. Flash forwards, G2 is feeling desperate at this point, just looking for any sort of pick they can. Very passive positions. It's a nice shot from Valent. It's good damage, and he does claim that kill. Leaf also going walkabouts, finding his own timings in the midst of all of this one with Stinger in play. G2 can't count these players out.
That is the miracle weapon for these guys.
Leaf is stuck, though. He's made a lot of noise like he's in that corner. Leaf gets a chance to reposition off the wall. Should be faced up. Whips out the secondary. It's damage done. Cryo on 11 HP. G2 still in this.
Leaf's done an absurd amount of damage with his Stinger over the course of this round.
I mean, they're favoured, really, aren't they? The spike drop down. Baby knows where the position is, unless he's caught looking the other way.
Oh, no. He is thinking about it, though.
Yeah. Salvo there, too. Maybe potentially Trent might have seen it on the minimap. Feels that way. Thrown to clear it. As weak as anything here. He's got to sidestep most of it, and yeah, Baby. So, round on the board. My prediction into the comms is one round at a time.
A 100% increase in terms of rounds won by G2 recently.
Very good. That's great.
Projections through the roof. This quarter, we're going to have exponential growth.
One enemy remains.
If Leaf keeps hitting shots like that with the Stinger, maybe.
Nice!
Nice! And that might be the intangible quality they were looking for with Baby.
Yeah,
You may have just seen it there.
I think so. You've got to have a guy that keeps the atmosphere light.
Yeah.
The pros do say, though, generally getting battered like this is actually easier on your mental than losing a close game.
Sure.
Because in a close game, you're thinking about all of the small mistakes. Oh, what if I'd just done that? What if I... A game like this, you're like, well, we never had a hope.
Where are you?
Deep Haunt, Leaf. Could be seeing many signs of life. He already has as well. Inclination of what's going to be occurring. No armor to protect you. Leaf is feasting here, and no scopes abound. That's a fine collection of kills, and he's looking for that. I didn't even know that was possible.
Ooh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Lean back, I'm learning today.
The question is when you start to believe, Brent.
A few more rounds, please, before we get into that conversation.
I think so. Leaf's up to a very early ultimate. If there was a way for G2 to be able to put the round together,
Thank you.
maybe it would be to do with that.
It's a weird spread in terms of the buy, but at this point, you got nothing to lose. Might as well invest everything. Outlaw, Operator. So we're going for that peak. Paranoia to potentially play him in, but
There.
100 Thieves just diffuse.
That C's gobbled up. To be honest, the veto hasn't been the biggest problem in this composition. I think Cryo potentially could have been playing the Chamber as well, and it would have led to similar outcomes. I think it's been much more the Sage that they've struggled with. But it's an interesting little flare to think about. And did stop them from going for those big B bursts. The threat of the Interceptor is always there.
Whole gang, though, grouped up towards mid. Thieves are going to be starting to see if they can take a gander over towards this B side. It's up to Trent to see if he can lock this down. He's going to regroup, but Baby Bay is immediately deleted. That's just Vora alone in main. Double dash over towards the top. The refract to pull back. Paranoia now sweeps forwards. The concuss might save you for a little bit, but not for long. Players starting to fall now with these deep inserts. Timotino is ready to be a pivotal player that just puts an end to all of this one. We'll reveal it with at least the clone being broken. Shotguns out and ready. Still Timotino will be alive. Swift reset of the aim is enough for... Well, Valent gets two immediately undone by the res. Jorgamo now left to do it in a 1v4. Not likely. 13-3. Wrap it up. Let's go next.
And the next map, Split, also where 100 Thieves have been playing the Sage. So if it was causing G2 problems here, they've got to go back and have a think about how they want to deal with that. Asena's going to be pulling out the same pick again in map 3.